He was running. Not the kind of running you plan. Not the kind where you know where you're going. This was desperate. His shoes slapped hard against the pavement. His breath came in short, uneven bursts. His heart pounded so loudly, it felt like it might expose him before anyone else did. "Sir! James! Please wait!" The voice behind him carried urgency, but he didn't turn back. He couldn't, because if he stopped, he would have to face it. And he wasn't ready. Not yet. He reached his gate and pushed it open roughly, the metal creaking under the force. He stepped inside, then finally slowed. Just a little. Then he saw it. Across the street. Movement. Voices.
Thank you very much.
Life. JJ Enterprise. The sign stood bold and clean, brighter than anything else on that street.
500 naira.
People were gathered like it was a market day. "Joy, thank you, Ma. God bless you, Ma. Please keep one for me tomorrow." James stood there, frozen. His chest rose and fell heavily as he watched his wife move among them, calm, confident, in control. She laughed at something someone said. She gave instructions to one of the workers. She collected money without hesitation. She wasn't guessing. She knew exactly what she was doing. And somehow, he had never really seen it before. 10 years earlier, James was the kind of man people admired without questioning. He didn't just have money, he had presence. When he walked into a room, conversations shifted. People adjusted. Decisions waited for him. At work, he was known as the man who solved problems before they even became visible. "James will handle it." That was enough. At home, everything reflected that same control. The house was perfect. The bills were paid before they were even due. Nothing lacked. Nothing struggled. So when Joy walked into the living room that evening, standing quietly like she had something important to say, James didn't expect what came next. "Can we talk?" she asked. He nodded absently, eyes still on his phone. She took a breath. "I want to start a business." He didn't respond immediately. Then slowly, he looked up. "A business?" "Yes." "For what?" Joy stepped closer, her voice calm. "I don't want to just stay at home all day. I want to do something meaningful." James blinked, then leaned back slightly. "Meaningful?" "Yes." He let out a soft laugh. "Joy, look around you. What exactly is not meaningful here?" "It's not about what's here," she said. "It's about what I can build." That word again, build. James shook his head. "You don't need to build anything. Everything is already built." "By you," she replied gently. "And that's a problem?" he asked. "It's not a problem," she said, "but it's not enough for me." The air changed. James sat up straighter. "What do you mean it's not enough?" Joy met his eyes. "I want something that's mine, something I can grow." He stared at her for a moment, trying to understand. "You have this home. You have this family. That's yours." She shook her head slightly. "That's ours." "And that's not enough?" "No." The answer came too quickly, too directly, and it unsettled him. For the first time, James felt something he didn't like. Resistance. "Joy," he said slowly. "You're overthinking things." "I'm not." "You are. This is unnecessary stress. Why go out there and start struggling when you don't have to?" She didn't flinch. "I'm not afraid of struggling." "You should be," he said, "because it's not easy out there." "I know." "Then why would you choose it?" "Because I want to." James leaned forward now, his tone firm. You don't need to want it. I provide everything you need. Joy didn't raise her voice. I know, but I still want it. And I'm saying no. The words landed heavily. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Joy nodded. Okay. But the conversation didn't end there. Over the next few days, she didn't bring it up. But something changed. James noticed it in small ways. The way she spent more time thinking. The way she watched people outside. The way she asked questions about things that never interested her before. It was subtle, but it was there. A week later, James, I saw a small shop space across the street. He didn't even look up. Joy. It's not expensive, just something small to start with. I said no. I know, but just listen. I said no. She stopped, but not completely. 2 days later. I've been thinking about what people in this area actually need. Joy. There are things they travel far to get. Joy. His voice was sharper now. Why are you doing this? He asked. She paused. Doing what? Pushing something that doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me, he replied. Joy took a breath. I don't want to wake up years from now and feel like I did nothing. James frowned. You won't feel that way. You don't know that. I do. No, you don't. That answer lingered longer than the others. That night, James couldn't fully explain why he was irritated. It wasn't just the business, it was what it represented. A challenge to his control. A suggestion that what he provided wasn't enough. And that, he couldn't accept easily. But Joy didn't stop. She changed her approach. Less talking, more preparation. She started writing things down. Ideas, lists, observations. James noticed one evening. What are you always writing these days? She smiled slightly. Just thinking. Thinking about what? Opportunities. He shook his head. You're stressing yourself for nothing. Maybe, she said. But she didn't stop. Weeks turned into a quiet standoff. No shouting, no dramatic fights, just persistence. Until one morning, James snapped. Fine! He dropped the check on the table harder than he intended. Joy froze. He pointed at it. Take it. Start whatever you want. Her eyes widened slightly. James. But listen, he added quickly. I don't want to hear anything about it. No complaints, no bringing it to me. I have enough responsibilities already. She nodded slowly. Okay. And don't turn it into something stressful. It's just something to keep you busy. Joy looked at the check again, then at him. Thank you. That was the beginning of JJ Enterprise. The first day felt longer than any day Joy had ever experienced. She arranged everything carefully, checked and rechecked, sat behind the counter, waited. Nothing. The silence was louder than she expected. Second day, one customer. Madam, how much is this? She answered quickly. The customer hesitated, then left. Joy sat there staring at the door. Her mind started whispering. What if he was right? She shook her head. No, it's too early. Third day, no customers. By the end of the first week, doubt had settled in. That night, James noticed her quietness. How is your business? He asked casually. She forced a small smile. It's okay. Okay, he repeated, slightly amused. Yes. How many customers today? She hesitated. Just one. He nodded slowly. As expected. The words stung, but she didn't react. The next morning, she opened the shop again, because something inside her refused to stop. If this is already pulling you in, you know this isn't just a story. It's a lesson. Before we continue, take a second to like the video and drop a comment. Do you think Joy will succeed or fail? Let's keep going. The second week was different. Not better, just different. A woman stopped by. "Madam, do you have this item?" Joy checked. "No, but I can get it." The woman nodded. "Okay, I'll come back." And she did. That one decision changed everything. Because Joy learned something important that day. People didn't just want products, they wanted reliability. She started asking more questions. What do people struggle to find? What do they complain about? What do they wish was closer? Slowly, she adjusted. Stock changed, approach changed. And little by little, JJ Enterprise started breathing. Not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily. The second week didn't look like success. It looked like patience. Joy stopped expecting crowds. She stopped waiting for miracles. Instead, she started paying attention. "Madam, you don't have this one?" a young man asked one afternoon. "No," she replied, then quickly added, "But I can get it tomorrow." He raised an eyebrow. "Tomorrow?" "Yes." He hesitated, then nodded. "Okay, I'll come back." That night, Joy didn't rest. She made calls, walked farther than she planned, asked questions she didn't fully understand yet. The next day, the item was there. The young man returned. "You actually got it?" "Yes." He smiled. That smile did something to her confidence. "Thank you, madam. I'll tell my friends." And he did. Word didn't spread like fire. It spread like trust. Slow, but strong. Days turned into routines. Wake early, open shop, observe, learn, adjust. At home, James noticed something small. Joy wasn't just tired anymore. She was focused. "What exactly do you do there all day?" he asked one evening. Joy smiled faintly. "I learn." "Learn what?" "What people need." James shook his head. "You're taking this too seriously." She didn't respond. A month passed, then two. One afternoon, a woman walked in with urgency. "Madam, I beg, do you have this? I've checked everywhere." Joy checked her shelf. "Yes." The woman froze. "You're serious?" "Yes." "Ah, thank God." She paid immediately. Before leaving, she turned back. "I will send people here." That sentence echoed. "I will send people here." And just like that, they came.
Thank you
Not
very
crowds, but enough. "Madam, how much?" "Madam, do you have more?" "Madam, I'll come back tomorrow." Joy started recognizing faces, patterns, needs. But success didn't come without pressure. One evening, she counted her earnings. It was more than she expected, but also less than she needed. Costs were rising, supplies weren't always stable, and mistakes? They were expensive. That same night, she sat quietly after closing, hands on her head, thinking. At home, James walked in. "You're late." "I stayed longer at the shop." "For what?" "Things to sort out." He frowned slightly. "You're stressing yourself." "I'm building something," she replied. James sighed. "And what if it fails?" Joy looked at him. "Then I learn." That answer didn't sit well with him. Weeks passed. The first real challenge came unexpectedly. A supplier disappointed her. Goods delayed. Customers angry. "Madam, you promised." "I know, I'm sorry." "This is not good." "I understand. You people are the same." Joy stood there, absorbing it all. No excuses, no arguments, just responsibility. That night, she didn't sleep. She made a decision. She would stop depending on one supplier. More calls, more movement, more learning. And slowly, she became stronger. By the end of the first year, JJ Enterprise had changed. Not big, not famous, but reliable. And that was everything. Meanwhile, James was still rising. Promotions, recognition, more money. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. You deserve it. I know. At home, nothing changed. Joy still worked. James still ignored it. Until one evening, Joy spoke again. James, I think I should expand. He didn't look up. Why? It's getting crowded. That's a good thing. Yes, but I need more space. He sighed. Joy, don't complicate things. It's not complication, it is. Leave it. She paused, then nodded. Okay. But something had changed. She didn't stop. She expanded anyway, quietly, strategically. Because now, she wasn't guessing. She knew. And that was the difference. Expansion changed everything. Not immediately, but deeply. The shop became more organized, more stocked, more efficient. Customers noticed, Madam, your shop is bigger now. Yes. Ah, you're growing. Joy smiled. We thank God. More customers came, more demands, more responsibility. So she hired her first staff. Madam, I will work hard, the young girl said nervously. I know, Joy replied. Training wasn't easy. Mistakes happened. Why did you arrange it like this? I'm sorry, Ma. No, it's okay. Just fix it. Joy learned something new. Building a business wasn't just about products. It was about people. At home, James noticed the change. You hired someone? Yes. For what? To help. He frowned. Joy, this is becoming too much. It's growing. And if it collapses? She smiled slightly. Then I'll build again. He didn't understand her, but she understood something he didn't. Consistency creates results. By the third year, JJ Enterprise had become a known name. People didn't just come, they depended on it. Madam, if you don't have it, nobody has it. That statement stayed with her. So she pushed harder. Better supply, better service, better structure. And slowly, profit followed. But she didn't celebrate loudly. She stayed focused. Meanwhile, James was at his peak. New position, higher salary, more respect. He had everything under control. Or so he thought. Then, the cracks started. Small at first. Office tension, unclear decisions, strange meetings. James, have you heard anything? No. You should be careful. Careful of what? He ignored it, until he couldn't. The call came on a normal day. James, the board wants to see you. He walked in confident, walked out different. They think it's best you resign. The words didn't make sense. Resign? For what? Company restructuring. He laughed. This is a joke. But it wasn't. Within hours, everything ended. At home, Joy saw him and knew. What happened? They asked me to resign. Silence. Why? It doesn't matter. I'll get another job, he added quickly. And at first, he believed it. Calls, applications, meetings. Sir, we'll get back to you. They didn't. Rejections, more rejections. Confidence started breaking. Savings started shrinking. But something stayed steady. The home, food, bills, school. How are we still okay? he asked one evening. Joy smiled softly. We're managing. Managing? That word didn't sit right. So one night, he checked. Accounts, expenses, flow. And what he saw didn't make sense. Because the only thing still flowing was JJ Enterprise. The next morning, James crossed the street, slowly, carefully, like a man stepping into truth. Good morning, sir. He entered and froze. The place was alive. Customers everywhere, staff moving fast, money exchanging constantly, and Joy at the center. You came, she said. Yes. He looked around. This is yours? She smiled gently. Our business. He sat down slowly. How long has this been taking care of everything? Joy paused. Long enough. Silence. I didn't know, he whispered. I know. That moment broke him, not loudly, but deeply. Years later, JJ Enterprise became everything. Their son's wedding, paid, cars bought, properties built, all from the same idea he almost killed. One evening, Joy,
Thank you for
Yes?
saving us.
thank you. For what? For not listening to me. She smiled.
Saving us.
I wasn't disobeying you. Then what? I was preparing for a future we
Thank you
didn't
for
see.
Saving us.
James nodded. You saved us. Joy shook her head. No,
Thank you for saving us.
I just refused to be idle. And
Ready to
that
head
was
in?
the truth.
Let's grab a drink.
If you made it this far, this story was for you. Don't just watch. Like the
500
video.
Naira.
Drop a comment.
very much.
What lesson did you learn? And subscribe, because the next
One is
story might
500
change how
Naira.
you see your own
Thank
life.
you very much.
Because sometimes the thing you ignore today becomes the only thing that saves you tomorrow.